Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here to break down the 6-game NBA main slate here on Tuesday. A couple things before I get into the video. We're getting so close to 2,000 subscribers. I think we're at 1.95 now. So thank you guys for all the support, seriously, on YouTube, Twitter, the live streams. I really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel and enjoying the content, I would appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button. And then two, I'm doing a weekly giveaway on the channel where all you have to do is like and a comment in the video. It's one interested in the giveaway. Max one comment though per video. It starts with my Monday night showdown video that I uploaded a few days ago. We'll go throughout the week. We'll end on a Monday night showdown video at the end of the week. And so how it works is however many videos I've uploaded for the week, I enter the giveaway that many times. Say I have 10 videos up for the week, I enter the giveaway 10 times. And with that and the winner receives $20 PayPal for myself. With that out of the way, let's jump in the video. So first, let's look back to see how we're doing on Monday night. So this is my final lineup here, with Isaiah Thomas, James Harden, Bruce Brown, Gorgie Jang, Drummond, Kyrie, Brandon Clark, Okafor. I thought it could have been a big night. Okafor, unfortunately, they didn't bring him back in there in the fourth. He played for like a minute or two, and then brought back in Jackson Hayes. Brandon Clark, a little disappointing as well. Didn't see, as much run as I thought he would starting for Jaren Jackson Jr. I probably should have just played a couple of those value Golden State guys here at the end, but, that's... it is what it is. So, the studs I liked, I talked about Harden, Drummond. Kyrie was super low owned. He was big, 62 fantasy points for Kyrie. Gorgie Jang, talked about him, obviously. So, yeah, all in all, it's going to be a solid night. Not going to be a GPP winning night like I thought I had a shot for, but still going to be a pretty good night here. So, let's see if we can keep it going here for Tuesday. All right, so let's look at the over-unders and the spreads that they have out right now. So there's 6 games, only have 4 out right now. Boston-Cleveland is at 213.5, with Boston favored by 5.5. Lakers-Bulls at 214. The Lakers favored by 6.5. Magic-Thunder's at 204.5, with the Thunder favored by 3.5. And Miami-Denver at 210, with Denver favored by 5. So some pretty unappealing over-unders, at least, for those 4 games. But let's start with center today. And Anthony Davis at 10K against the Bulls. This is a smash spot for him. The only concern is the Bulls have been playing so bad, like, can they keep it close for 4 quarters? There definitely is some blowout risk here for sure. But we've seen big after big just been destroying the Bulls. So obviously I really like Anthony Davis here as a spend up. Jokic just is a guy that I think it's only like a GPP play for him, really. Like, I do like the price, but like I said, there's just games where he will just not be aggressive offensively. We saw it like against Dallas, shot the ball 8 times, 6 times against the Pelicans. Like, there's games where he will take over and have a triple-double, like this game against Phoenix. But it's just he's too inconsistent right now for me to target him. I do like the price tag, so it makes him in play for GPPs, but I can't go there for cash games. A guy like Kevin Love at 8.8K, it's not the best matchup, but this guy's just been producing. He's playing mid-30s minutes. The price is about right. I think he still has a little bit of upside, so he's definitely viable as a spend up. Vucevic at 8.4K, I would look to possibly if Steven Adams misses, because then they would only have Nerlens Noel and Mike Muscala. Vucevic, the minutes have kind of been all over the place for him, so that is a concern as well. He's not playing, he's not guaranteed like 35 minutes a night, but at 8.4K, he would be someone I look to for GPPs as well. Sabonis, this is something we have to monitor. He's listed as questionable. Miles Turner, doubtful. So if both those guys miss, we could look to Goga for the Pacers, as well as a guy like TJ Leaf. So, but if Sabonis plays here, I like him a lot at this price tag against the Hornets. We want to target bigs against the Hornets. So if he plays, I do like Domantas Sabonis a good amount there. John Collins at 8K. Looks like he's going to be good to go. They have him listed as questionable. I think he's going to be good to go. Trae Young also listed as questionable. I think I would look to a guy like John Collins if Trae Young misses. If Trae Young plays, I think there's probably better plays on the board today. Bam at 7.4K. I do like the price. It's just a difficult matchup here against Denver, and there's some foul trouble risk. So, yeah, I like the price, but probably not going to be the way I go on this slate. Tristan Thompson at 7.1K. He just continues to produce. Now I think he's priced almost right now for his level of production at least. He's a guy that's going to play low to mid-30s minutes, and he's basically going to get you a double-double almost every time. So he's definitely viable there at 7.1K. Turner listed as doubtful. Don't know if I want to go there. Now, LaMarcus Aldridge, this is just a price tag thing. He has been very bad the last 3 games. Like, very, very bad. But sometimes you got to buy low on guys. 6.8K for LaMarcus Aldridge. That just seems way too cheap, especially against Atlanta. So this might be where I hop on here. I know he's been brutal the last 3 games, but man, it's just that price tag is very appealing for him. Cody Zeller at 6.5K. I'm a little concerned just because he only got 20 minutes in the last game against Golden State. He was playing like pretty consistent minutes until that last game, so there is slight concern that he might not play a full complement of minutes. So that's why I think he's only in the GPP range. Marking in at 6.3K. It's a tougher matchup here against the Lakers, but if the Bulls are going to keep it close, probably because of a big game from Markkanen and Zach LaVine. So don't hate the price tag here at 6.3K. Let's see, again, Steven Adams currently listed as questionable. If he misses, then I would really like a guy like Nerlens Noel. Dwight Howard has been killing it too in limited time. 27 and 21 minutes the last couple of games, 23 and 38 fantasy points. Now, I don't think we can expect like almost 40 fantasy points from Dwight, but again, bigs have been destroying Chicago, so I think he's definitely viable. The price, I would have liked it if he was cheaper, but again, we want to target bigs against Chicago. Enes Kanter currently listed as doubtful, so that's a boost to guys like Daniel Tice and Robert Williams. I think they both kind of play 20 or so minutes. I think that he's okay, but I think I like better value plays on the board. Myers Leonard, I guess, is viable, but he's priced up now. Back-to-back good games. I think this is where I'll probably hop off. I'm still tilting for that first game when I played him. He got 5 fantasy points, and now he's getting like 20, 30 fantasy points. Very, very tilting, but yeah, I don't think I want to go there. Nerlens Noel would be a guy I would really like if Steven Adams misses. So that's something we have to monitor. If he misses, I really like Noel there, 4.4K. Goga here at 4K would be someone I could get to if Domantas Sabonis misses. So he picked up the start, only played 19 minutes. I kind of rode a TJ Leaf off the bench, but still, like if Goga starts, I would like him a good amount at 4K. Let's see. Any other options down here? I think that's basically it. Yeah, so let's move on to power forward. Power forward, we're going to talk about these guys at the top. Tatum. So Tatum and Hayward get a boost. We got news that Jaylen Brown is out once again. Seems like he's been sick for like a week now. But yeah, it's a decent match here against Cleveland. We know like he gets a big boost. The problem is it's 7.7K. So I think he's priced about right. I don't think he's priced at a discount anymore. Same thing with Hayward at 6.4K. I think he's maybe slightly underpriced. But again, him and Tatum will play mid-30s minutes in a decent matchup here. TJ Warren's a guy that, if Sabonis misses again, it would be, those guards and wings will have to do a lot of the work. Like guys like Brogdon, Jeremy Lamb, as well as TJ Warren. My issue with TJ Warren is he's just so scoring dependent. So if his shot's not falling, like that game against Cleveland, he can really hurt you. If he's making shots, he can pay off that salary. So I think he's in the range of GPP only for me. Aaron Gordon's okay here at 5.9K. The minutes have not been as high as they were on him last year, but I don't mind the price at 5.9K. I think that makes him in play. Same thing with Jonathan Isaac. Both those guys I think are fair plays because of the price. So a guy like TJ Leaf would only consider him if Sabonis misses. In 22 minutes, he put up 38 fantasy points. Now, I don't think we would expect that again, but I think he would be playable. I think I would prefer Goga still, just because he's cheaper if Sabonis misses, but I think he would, again, be playable if Sabonis does miss. Jabari Parker, the secondary Atlanta pieces, I would only consider them really if Trae Young misses, so that's something we have to monitor. Again, same thing with DeAndre Hunter. Like all those secondary pieces, I'm only considering those guys if Trae Young misses. Now, a guy like Otto Porter is interesting here at 4.3K. Again, not really the best matchup, but it's just a price tag thing with him. Kind of the same thing with LaMarcus Aldridge. Otto Porter has not been great this year, but the one game against Detroit, I said I liked him. He put up 38 fantasy points. So it's just a salary thing. I think in a close game, he plays 25 to 30 minutes. And we know he does have upside. He's a guy that can get you their blocks and steals, so he's definitely viable. Same thing with Thaddeus Young off the bench. Don't hate him. The Miami guys, so it's a little tricky here with guys coming back now. We got James Johnson back. We got Dion Waiters probably back. So there's more guys in the rotation. So it makes targeting these Miami guys a little bit riskier. Now, James Johnson did look really good there in 22 minutes, put up 27 fantasy points. I don't know if we can expect that again, but I think he's a value guy we can consider. Mason Plumlee's always a guy that is not going to play huge minutes, probably 15 to 20 minutes, but at 3.4K, he's a guy that will most likely get you close to 15 fantasy points. So if you can need like a really, really cheap guy, I think he's viable to get you like 15 or so fantasy points. Trey Lyles, it's just the minutes have been up and down on him, 25, 13, 28, 14. Obviously if he's going to play on the high end, I would like him, but there's no guarantee of that. I think that's basically it though. So let's move on to small forward. Small forward, it's LeBron at the top. Same kind of thing here with Anthony Davis. They're in a great spot. The concern is, can Chicago keep this close? If they can keep it close, I like LeBron and I like Anthony Davis a lot. If you're going to make me choose between LeBron and Anthony Davis, I'm going to slightly lean towards Anthony Davis just because bigs destroy Chicago. But LeBron, the price tag is very, very fair. I think he's a little bit underpriced here. So again, the concern with those guys is the blowout. If Chicago keeps it close, I think one or both can have pretty big games here. Jimmy Butler at 8.1K is viable. He's been really good here the last couple of games. Not necessarily the best match for here against Denver. And the fact that they do have other bodies back now with guys like James Johnson, Dion Waiters possibly will be in the rotation. So I still think Jimmy's going to play low to mid 30s in a close game. So I think he's viable. It's just a tougher matchup there. DeMar DeRozan, 7.5K, another guy who's kind of been disappointing, but this is a great match here against Atlanta. So he's in play at 7.5K. I think I would slightly prefer Aldridge just because he's a little bit cheaper. Both guys definitely viable. Gallinari seems pretty safe at 6.2K. Not a guy that has huge upside, but he's probably going to get you 25 to 30 fantasy points. Jeremy Lamb I kind of like here at 6.1K. It's a good match here against the Hornets. It's a revenge game too. And if Domantas Sabonis misses, Lamb, Brogdon, and TJ Warren are going to be the main guys in that offense. So this would be someone that I would get to for sure if Sabonis misses. Even if Sabonis plays, I still kind of like Jeremy Lamb just because the starters for Indiana are playing big minutes, and it's a great match here against Charlotte. Let's see, other options. Kuzma still on the minutes limit. I can't go there. Dwayne Bacon's kind of been up and down, so I think he's more of just a GPP play. 37 minutes, 22, 25, 37, right? Very, very up and down and consistent, so only GPPs for me. Dion Waiters going to be back in that rotation. I don't think I can go there. They're at 4.8K. Clarkson's priced up a bit now. Satoransky, don't hate him at 4.4K. It's just they have done. They have Kobe White, so he's not going to play huge minutes, probably only 25 to 27 minutes, but 4.3K is a viable price tag for him. Let's see. Duncan Robinson, I don't think I want to chase that big game. He played 36 minutes, put up 39 fantasy points. Partly because of a blowout too, but partly he was just not missing. And again, Miami's got other guys back in the rotation now. James Johnson, possibly Dion Waiters now too. So I think I'll let others chase that and I'll pass. I think the only way I would really consider him if he starts, but still wouldn't feel great about it. Danny Green at 3.9K. Avery Bradley currently listed as questionable, so him or a guy like KCP might play more minutes. But again, those guys are just, I never feel great about targeting them for DFS because they're so scoring dependent. Like in 23 minutes, he put up 5 fantasy points. Like that could very much happen. He did have a big night that night one, but other than that, he's been very bad because if his shot's not falling, he's not going to get you fantasy points. Let's see. Justin Holiday at 3.3K. I would look to him possibly if if Sabonis misses, he kind of runs. He can run, I guess the 3 and the 4. I guess. Well, not really the 4. I guess he can run the 2 and the 3. So I guess Sabonis missing wouldn't really affect him too much. He's still playing decent minutes off the bench, so he's okay as a really cheap option. That's basically it. So let's move on to shooting guard. Brogdon at the top here at 8.2K. I really like him in the spot. Against Charlotte, if Sabonis misses, he's kind of the go-to guy right now. And he's a guy that is filling up the stat sheet, doesn't necessarily have to score to get you there, but he's scoring the ball a lot. And like I said, a really good matchup. So I really like Brogdon here at 8.2K. Levine is interesting here at 7.3K. Again, not necessarily the best matchup, but we know he's going to shoot the ball a ton. 15 to 20 times, maybe a little bit more. And if they're going to keep it close, it's probably because of Levine and or Markkanen. So I don't mind taking a shot here in Levine just because the price there at 7.3K and because we know he's going to shoot the ball a ton. SGA has been really good this year. He's playing big minutes as well at 7K. I think he's priced about right, not necessarily the best matchup, but he's viable for sure. Jamal Murray seems a little underpriced as well at 6.5K. Don't mind that at all. Again, I kind of like Jeremy Lamb in a revenge game. Schroeder could only go there for GPP. He's going to come off the bench. We know he's going to shoot the ball a ton at 6.1K. I think he's priced about right, but still has a little bit upside, so only can go there really for GPPs. Marcus Smart is finally priced up here. I think he's priced about right at 5.7K with no Jaylen Brown, so I think he's okay. Just not the great value play like he was the last few nights. A guy like DeAndre Bembry at 5.3K would only go there if Trae Young misses. If Trae Young plays, I'm going to look elsewhere. So again, that's something we will have to monitor. Same thing with Cam Reddish. Again, the secondary pieces for Atlanta, only consider them if Trae Young misses. Markelle Fultz is interesting here at 4K. He picked up the start last game, only played 25 minutes. But if he's going to continue to start, I think he's viable at 4K. So I think he gets 25, maybe 30 minutes at the high end. And he's a guy that at 4K, he can open up some other things for you for a starting point guard. So I think Markelle Fultz, definitely viable as a cheap option, someone I'm considering for sure. Again, Avery Bradley, if he misses, we could look to guys like Danny Green and KCP possibly picking up more minutes. But I just don't get super excited about playing those type of guys. Chris Dunn, he's listed at 3.5K. I guess he's okay as a cheap option. I think that's basically it, though. So let's move on to point guard. So I already talked about LeBron. Trae Young at 9.2K, he's listed as questionable. I guess he felt great in practice, but the team will reevaluate how he feels Tuesday. So if he's available to play, I kind of like him as a GPP play. It's a tougher matchup for sure, but Trae Young has been on fire this year. So if he plays at 9.2K, I do like him for GPPs. I think he'll be pretty low owned because of the ankle injury and because of the matchup, but I wouldn't mind going there for GPPs. Kemba at 8.5K is, I think, a little bit underpriced in this matchup. He's a guy that's been playing big minutes, mid-30s minutes, basically every single game, and really, I'm not afraid of a Colin Sexton defense or they throw on him. So Kemba is, again, I think he's a little underpriced, so definitely consider him. It's a close call with him and Malcolm Brogdon. I think both have a lot of upside. Terry Rozier I kind of like as well at 6.9K. Not necessarily the best matchup here against, probably Malcolm Brogdon defense is a pretty good defender, but the minutes are what I like for him. 34, 35, and 37 minutes. He's playing alongside Devontae Graham, which is good. The worry with that was early in the season was Devontae Graham was kind of taking his minutes, but now they're playing alongside each other. At 6.9K, I kind of like Rozier, and I think he's going to go a little bit lower owned. So definitely someone I'm considering. Chris Paul at 6.6K. The concern with him is the minutes, right? He's not going to play huge minutes. High 20s, low 30s, but it's just the price tag that makes him in play here. Kind of like a LaMarcus Aldridge thing, right? A guy who hasn't been great, but 6.6K just seems too cheap for Chris Paul. So definitely someone I'm considering. He's been a little bit up and down, but again, the price tag makes him in play. Devontae Graham off the bench at 5.4K. Like I said, he's playing alongside Terry Rozier, and he's been pretty solid. So I think he's playable as a mid-tier play. Let's see. What else do we got? I think that's almost basically it, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's basically it. I think we covered everything. So I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content, I would really appreciate if you would like this video and subscribe. Again, if you want to get entered in the giveaway, all you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video. It's one to the giveaway. I will be live streaming here probably 30 to 45 minutes before lock on my YouTube channel, so be sure to check out the live stream as well as follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below. I'll give my thoughts as we get more injury news throughout the day. And yeah, I'll be back for another video to break down the main slate, NBA main slate on Wednesday. So thanks again for coming to check out the video, guys. I really appreciate it, and I will see you later.